Central authorities released 150,000 tons of reserve meat into the market. How does China combat novel coronavirus? From February 11 to February 14, the central government dispatched 2,000 tons of frozen meat from Shanghai to Wuhan, the epicenter of the novel coronavirus outbreak. In the Yangtze River Delta, 8,000 tons of frozen meat are ready to be deployed to Wuhan at short notice. From early January to February 21st, to cope with the shortage of supplies during the Spring Festival holiday and the outbreak, the central government has released 150,000 tons of reserve meat into the market in 7 batches to keep prices at reasonable levels. The meat in reserve includes live livestock and frozen meat. This 4-decade-long practice is dedicated to coping with market fluctuations caused by major natural disasters, public health incidents, animal epidemics, or other emergencies. Both the central and local governments have their own meat reserved for a rainy day. The central government has set up storage warehouses and enterprises in many parts of the country where meat is stored at -18 degrees Celsius. The meat is normally replaced 3 times a year or every 4 months. This is the same for live domestic animals. Companies that help produce and store the meat receive state subsidies and preferential credit, with state-owned banks arranging loans. In terms of storage and transportation, dietary restrictions of different religions will have to be observed. The meat from National Reserve can only enter the market through public bidding. Enterprises cannot hoard or convert state-level reserved meat into that of the local one. Through a series of designs, the Chinese government hopes to ensure the safety of the reserve meat so that it can quickly enter the market when needed. China is the world's largest meat consumer. Since it experienced a spell of food shortage more than 40 years ago, people are very sensitive to the stability of meat supply. The central government pays special attention to meat supply in Wuhan, as it is directly related to social stability. The reservoir system also covers grain and sugar. History has proved that in times of crisis, the market may fail and the government can play an irreplaceable role in meeting people's needs. This is how China combats the coronavirus.